The first article you'll see in July's product review column is all about Kenwood's new dual-band handy-talkie. It's Kenwood's THD72A. This is a feature-packed dual-band handy-talkie. It has a GPS receiver, 8 PRS, a 1200 and 9600 baud packet terminal node controller, TNC, a digipeater, Echolink, and even Sky Command 2. It also has a weather alert feature. Now, available on Kenwood's website is the MCP4A desktop software. And one of the neat things that it can do is, along with this radio, when you go, let's say you go out hiking in the woods, this thing will send out an APRS beacon every once in a while. You determine the interval, and it keeps track of where you've been over time. Then when you get home, use that software, and it'll then superimpose your path on Google Earth, on a Google Earth map. And it traces it all out, and you can see where you've been. That's a pretty neat feature. Hey, look at all those elements on that antenna. That's the Tanadyne T28 VHF UHF log periodic antenna. The frequency coverage is 50 to 1300 megahertz. The boom length is 12 feet. You can't quite tell by the picture, but it's 12 feet long. The half power beam width, 50 degrees, front to back ratio up to 45 dB. This is, of course, what the manufacturer says. Weight, 17 pounds. Wind load, 3 square feet. Maximum turning radius, 7.5 feet. And typically, your SWR is around 1.75 to 1. Now, remember, with a log periodic antenna, they don't have a lot of gain. That's the trade-off. You have lots of antennas and a great frequency coverage right across the whole spectrum. However, the gain is typically about the same as a 3-element Yagi. So don't expect a lot of gain, but you get a lot of bands for that antenna. We're inside the screen room now, and that's where I test all the product review equipment. It's a big shielded box. Next up on July's product review column is the Downeast microwave 1 1/4 meter transverter. It's the model L222-28. 28 megahertz in to 22 out. Now I'm going to do a little demonstration here over on our signal generator, our Marconi. We have a 28 megahertz signal at plus 3 dBm going in. That's roughly 2 milliwatts. And I'll key the transverter. We'll take a look at the bird meter here, and we're reading a little over 25 watts RF power output at 222 megahertz. On the front panel, a nice display. You have a relative RF power meter, LEDs, bright and colorful, a transmit light, and of course a power indicator. A fan runs very, very quietly on top. The unit runs very cool. And what impresses me most about this particular transverter is the frequency drift is absolutely minimal, and the power reduction over time is also minimal. I ran this transverter key down for 10 minutes. Both figures were minimal. That's very important when you're doing meteor shower propagation or other digital communications that require longer digital transmissions. You don't want to be drifting all over the place, and this one will not drift anywhere. Well, thank you for tuning in. There's some neat items this month, huh? I think so. I'm Bob Allison, WB1GCM, the ARRL test engineer at W1HQ, our staff station.